When I think about the concept of winning anyway and why it's important, I think first and foremost, it's important because it's a choice.
Win anyway is incredibly important because what it means to me is that regardless to the circumstances, regardless to the environment, regardless to any of the obstacles that come in life, there is that opportunity to win anyway. And so what this organization does is it helps to provide some of the tools, some of the strategic minds to help you find that right formula and get the right tools in your toolkit so that you can develop your strategy to win regardless to the obstacles that are around you.
LEAD360 is designed specifically for those at the middle management and senior management levels. We look at those individuals as the ones who pour into all of the other areas of the organization, but sometimes don't have the time and attention to pour into themselves.
One of the things that we really try hard to do within LEAD360 is look at the total person. And look at the total person in terms of not just what they're doing in the work environment, but also what is at their core and how does that core influence them at work.
What prompted me to attend LEAD360 was primarily feedback from the community. I've heard multiple professionals attend the conference. They all thought that the content was meaningful and that the connection they made were impactful, and so it was an easy decision to attend.
We have the opportunity to hear different speakers from all over the world. These are speakers who you hear possibly at TED Talks, YouTube videos, and we have the opportunity to hear them firsthand and also to have conversations following those presentations.
We here at LEAD360 focus on all three dimensions. One, we focus on the competency. That's the most important. That's the ticket to the game. Then we focus on understanding from an emotional standpoint, how can we sew in as a community into that executive? Lastly, we do take the dare to go into the spirituality as we feel that's the fuel of the executive.
We decided to make a strategic change this year and really do more of our win talks. And these are talks in which we have people come tell their personal stories and how those stories kind of influence their lives both professionally and personally.
During my WIN talk on yesterday, I really shared my personal journey from a child facing medical issues, having open heart surgery at the age of 11, getting past that, getting in the workplace and facing challenges as a minority woman. This conference really helps me to connect with others who have faced those same challenges and what they have done to overcome and to leap and to level up.
The WIN talks, they were amazing. I've heard many of the speakers over and over talk about bringing your authentic self. You have to show up with your best self, but also your authentic self in the workplace, because once you find who you are and define who you are, then your purpose is much clearer.
You know what I love about the notion of this is that Eric has called us faculty. And it really is about teaching the next generation. It really is about sharing our experiences so that the next generation doesn't have the same hurdles. And look, there are a whole bunch of hurdles. Matter of fact, it's a 400 hurdle race because as soon as you jump over one, for us, they moved the next one a little bit further. And we followed every rule. We ran the way we were supposed to, and yet there's still another hurdle. So if we can embark what we've learned on other people, and look, I believe that everyone has a reserved seat, so you can't have what I have, so I'm willing to share. And it's rooms like this where we can be intimate, where we can share and we can give.
We spend a lot of time going into the science of community within the actual meeting. The challenge that we have as African American executives is enormous, but therefore we have to come with it with an enormous amount of energy, intellect, and a commitment that's beyond measure.